Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have unshakable discipline while others struggle to maintain even the simplest habits? Like, what do? They know that we don't? What if I told you that discipline isn't about brute willpower, but rather a psychological secret you can learn and apply? Well, in this video, we're diving deep into the revelations of a Harvard psychologist who uncovered the true essence of discipline. Forget what you thought. You knew about forcing yourself to do things. We're going to explore the scientific principles and practical strategies that can transform your approach to discipline, making it not just possible, but almost automatic. Get ready to discover how to build discipline that truly lasts without the constant burnout. Think about it. For a long time, we've been taught that discipline is pure willpower, right? Like, just be stronger. Tough it out. But in reality, science shows us a very different story. A Harvard psychologist, for instance, would tell us that discipline isn't a muscle you simply use until exhaustion. It's more like a system, a set of brain and behavioral processes. The prefrontal cortex, that front part of your brain, is crucial. Here, it's responsible for planning, decision-making, and impulse control. When you're trying to be disciplined, this area is working hard. But here's the kicker. This area can be trained and optimized. It's not about having a finite amount of willpower, but about how you manage and strengthen this capacity. So, how do we do that? First, understand that decision fatigue is real. Every choice you make throughout the day drains a bit of your mental energy. That's why, by the end of the day, it's easier to give into temptation. The solution? Automate as much as possible. Turn disciplined actions into habits. When something becomes a habit, your brain spends much less energy to execute it. It's almost like it goes on autopilot. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't need willpower for that, do you? It's automatic, unshakable. Discipline begins when you turn your goals into automatic routines. Yeah. Now that we understand discipline isn't just willpower, but a system that can be optimized, the next big revelation from the Harvard psychologist is about how your environment shapes your behavior. Think about it. It's much easier to eat a cookie if it's right in front of you than if you have to go to the store to buy it, right? It seems obvious, but we severely underestimate the power of our surroundings. The idea here is environmental engineering. Basically, you shape your environment to make desired behaviors easier and undesired ones harder. Want to read more? Leave a book open on your nightstand or your e-reader charged and in plain sight. Want to eat healthier? Clear your fridge of junk food and fill it with pre-washed and pre-cut fruits and vegetables. Want to avoid distractions at work? Turn off phone, notifications, close unnecessary browser tabs, and maybe even wear headphones too. Signal that you're focused. This minimizes the need to use your precious willpower. Instead of fighting temptation every minute, you remove it or make it inconvenient. It's like designing a path to success where the least resistance leads to disciplined action. Look, a classic example is pre-commitment. Committing to something before temptation arises. If you know you'll want to skip the gym in the morning, lay out your workout clothes the night before and put them next to your bed. The less friction, the easier discipline becomes. Here's another crucial insight a Harvard psychologist would likely emphasize. Unshakable discipline isn't built with giant leaps, but with consistent baby steps. We tend to think that to change, we need a radical, overnight transformation. But in reality, the secret lies in the power of small habits and small wins. Think about it. Trying to change everything at once is overwhelming and rarely works long-term. Your brain resists big changes because they demand a lot of energy and push you out of your comfort zone. Instead, start ridiculously small. Want to start meditating? Don't begin with 30 minutes. Start with 1 minute, just 1 minute a day. Want to read more? Read one page. Just one page. The key here is consistency, not initial intensity. When you commit to a tiny habit, the barrier to entry is so low that it's almost impossible to fail. And each time you complete that small habit, you register a small win. These small wins release dopamine in your brain, which creates a positive feedback loop. Your brain starts associating the action with reward and pleasure, making it easier to repeat the behavior. Look at that. Over time, these small habits accumulate and become the foundation for bigger changes. 1 minute of meditation becomes 5, then 10. 1-page read becomes a chapter. It's proof that discipline isn't about being perfect, but about being persistent. It's about building momentum and trusting the incremental process. Yeah, to truly have unshakable discipline, it's not enough to have the right habits and the right environment. You need the right mindset. And here, the Harvard psychologist would tell us that resilience is key. Think about it. Life happens, right? There will be bad days, days when you'll fail, days when motivation will disappear. Unshakable discipline doesn't mean never failing, but rather how you react when you do fail. The mindset of resilience is about seeing setbacks not as definitive failures, but as learning opportunities. Instead of punishing yourself for skipping a gym day or eating something you shouldn't have, you analyze what happened, learn from it, and get back on track at the next possible moment. It's the difference between I messed up, I give up, and okay, today wasn't my best day, but tomorrow is a fresh start. Look at that. A crucial aspect of this mindset is self-compassion. Many people who struggle with discipline are overly critical of themselves. They believe self-criticism will motivate them, but in reality, it often leads to demotivation and giving up. The Harvard psychologist would argue that treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would treat a struggling friend is far more effective. This isn't an excuse for laziness. It's acknowledging your humanity and giving yourself permission to start over. Think about it. Discipline isn't a straight line. It's a journey full of ups and downs. Resilience is what allows you to keep moving forward, even when the path gets difficult. It's the ability to adapt, to recover, and to stay focused on your long-term goal, regardless of the small stumbles along the way. Well, we've reached the end of our journey to uncover the secret to unshakable discipline, as revealed by a Harvard psychologist. Think about it. It's not about having infinite willpower, but about understanding the science behind your brain, shaping your environment for success, building tiny habits that yield big results, and cultivating a mindset of resilience that allows you to keep going, even in the face of challenges. So, what's your next step? How about choosing one of these principles and applying it today? Maybe it's organizing your workspace or starting that tiny habit you've been putting off. It's great to see in the comments of our previous videos that you're enjoying our content and applying these tips. Keep supporting us and sharing your success stories. And if you thought of someone else who also needs to see this video to transform their discipline, why not send this video to them? Share this wisdom and help more people build a life with unshakable discipline.